Welcome back to my N-scale model railroad layout. So since the last video, I did all the sculpt and mold on this mountain that has the tunnel through it. And then after that, all that sculpt and mold dried, I used my base color of paint, which is this paint here, to paint all of the scenery ground cover this base tan color. So I masked off all the track, and then I avoided the areas where the roads are going to be because I'm going to end up putting something else down there for the roads, and I don't know if it'll stick to the paint as well. I also did not paint the sides of the cliff really like a lot because it's going to be more of a rocky color. I did kind of just brush it like with a little bit of paint on it just to kind of see what it would look like to like highlight the ridges. I think it looks pretty cool actually. So that's going to be kind of the idea, but I'm going to paint it like a light gray, and then I'll go back with some darker colors to kind of highlight those ridges and features. I also finished 3D printing all the pieces for this highway overpass. I think it turned out really well. So I've got the pillars, and it's just a 2-pillar support beam, and then you can see the entire overpass has a nice gentle curve over the tracks and over the river. From the edge here, or a close view, you can kind of see that curve that's built into it. I also cut off some of the sculpt and mold on this little hill, and then I put some Dollar Tree foam board down here to line up with the roadbed. And then this is all going to be covered with, I'm thinking that spackling, or maybe some other material that I'm not sure yet. But the bridge, it's not glued in yet, but you can kind of see I did glue the pillars to the roadbed pieces. You can see all of the little I-beams there. And then I drilled out some holes in the foam for these to go in because it still seemed a little bit tall, and kind of have it go down into the ground a little bit, kind of like a real one would be. And then this is all going to be covered in grass and scenery and stuff, so it'll all be kind of filled in and look pretty good. But I went ahead and spray painted this with a white primer, and then I'm gonna eventually paint it more of a concrete gray color. I ordered some little chain link fences, and I'm gonna try to glue those along the ridge here to make it look a little bit more detailed. Over here also where the roads are gonna be, after I was messing around with my Marion Union station, I realized that I needed to shift the station this way a little bit, so I added, you can kind of see here, I added an extra piece of foam to the station platform. So I shifted all of that way. Now this road is going to curve and kind of go that way a little bit more. There's going to be like a coal tower thing where you can load coal into coal cars over here. So this road is kind of just going to be an access road to that little area. For the main road here that comes at a diagonal, I cut out some big like a ditch in the foam, and then used some Dollar Tree foam board to kind of build up the slope up to the railroad crossings, and I just hot glued all of that in. And then I used some strips of cork roadbed to just add a piece in the middle. Eventually this is all going to be covered with that spackling or some kind of plaster or something, I'm not sure exactly. But basically did the same thing over here for this one. I haven't added a slope to the back because I think I'm just gonna have it go straight to the edge there, kind of like that. This layout's kind of intended to be viewed only from this angle. The backside is gonna be up against that wall eventually, once I have all the scenery kind of done, and I don't need to access that side as easily. So yeah, it's coming along pretty well. I did take a trip to Marion Union Station last weekend, and I got some pictures and some videos. I took some reference pictures, and I'm going to be working on designing more of the buildings kind of next. So I'll leave you with some of those videos of some trains and some trains from the layout. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you later.